Well, hello there, mister. And what can I do for you today?
I left a message for Agent Watt. I'm here to see Penelope Williams.
And what's your name?
Robin Autry.
Robin Autry. That's a nice name.
Hey, my Sistas fans, I'm back with another review. Before I start this review, please like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell to get all my notifications when I post a new video. So I'm going to start off with Sisters. I'll be doing Fatima will be up, people, probably sometime tonight or tomorrow. I'll be talking about episodes, 16 and 17 that came on for Zatima. Yeah, I'll be doing that probably later on tonight or tomorrow. But back to Sisters. So this is Sisters' new episode. Are we on 14 now? We may be on 14, right? And the episode is called Knock Knock. So, okay. The scene starts off with Robin going to see Penelope at the precinct. Because remember, people, Penelope is still, she's been there for how many episodes now? Maybe about 2, 3 episodes. She's still in the precinct. So she's still at the precinct, and Robin comes because Andy asked him. Robin comes to see what's going on with Penelope. As he walks in, people, Jordan is sitting down. He doesn't notice that it's Robin yet. Robin goes to the front desk and and I'm like, why do they have this lady with this horrible attitude? Well, until she sees Robin, and she's got all teeth showing when she sees Robin. But she is treating Jordan like he's a little kid. I'm like, why did the writers put that in there? Why is she treating him like a little kid? Shut up, sit down. I'm like, wait, what? That is a little bit too much. But Jordan realizes that that is Robin. He approaches Robin at first in anger because he has the ultimate attitude, I guess, over his sister being locked up. Now, this is the thing, people. Penelope put herself in that situation. So why in the heck is Jordan still so mad at Andy? I'm confused. Why is he not mad at Gary? Blake, he has the ultimate attitude. So he approaches Robin. He asks Robin. He does this sticking his chest out thing with Robin, but Robin is too cool because Robin took it like a champ. Listen, I'm just here to help your sister because I was asked. Basically, that's Robin's, whole energy. Like, I'm not here to argue with you about Andy or whatever. So Jordan then realizes that Robin may really be there to help his sister. So he changes his mind. He shakes his hand, and Robin goes in the back and to talk to Penelope. So people, then 2 seconds later, we have Andy running in. I'm like, first off, I'm thinking, Andy, how are you at work with that suit on? But she got one side, people hanging off, breast kind of show. Like, I don't know what they be trying to do with Andy wardrobe sometime. I don't know. I'm gonna let that pass, people. But she comes in and she talks to Jordan, and she's trying to convince him that maybe it wasn't the right idea for her to send Robin to to help Penelope out. Being since Andy feels this way, people, because she went and talked to Zach and Fatima, and they had the infamous board up, and Andy realized that they had Robin on the board. Now, they didn't say that Robin did it. They just said that he is a suspect in the whole thing because he came on the scene out of nowhere. Basically, that's what Zach and Fatima was trying to say. Andy, thinking too deeply into it, she thinks that, oh no, he's probably going to get Penelope. This is what I'm thinking, people. She's thinking that, oh yeah, he's probably going to try to send Penelope to jail or not really fight for her case or whatever, or pretend like he's helping her, but he's not, just to clear his own name. Now, Andy, come on. She's thinking all these things about Robin, but she didn't think twice that Gary is faking he got amnesia. I'm like, come on, man. These writers got to do better with that. Again, people, I thoroughly enjoyed the episode. I did enjoy it, though I'm not taking anything away from the episode, but some of these parts I just got to be honest about. It's like, come on now, girl, what? You ain't got that much energy for Gary. You think that Gary really had amnesia, but you up there running down thinking everything in the book about Robin, about why he's there, and he's probably, and I get it, he just came out of the blue, but yeah, come on. So the episode starts off with them. So basically, people, the episode was really based around um, Andy pretty much at the precinct. It was based around Robin talking to Penelope, and then they went a little bit into the little part with Pam and Trey, which I didn't get that part. I didn't really care for that. Again, I don't know where they was coming from with that little part. They could have left that part out. But then after we finished with Andy in the first part with Andy at the precinct and she's having a conversation with Jordan, that didn't go well at all because it ended with Jordan walking out, right? After the front desk officer, Rue behind, kept telling him to shut up and go outside and all of that. So we scoot over to our favorite couple, Zach and Fatima. So Zach and Fatima is at the board and they still trying to figure out maybe who could be the one who actually stabbed Gary. Now, as they're at the board, they start to just have a little conversation about could it be Robin? And then Zach says that maybe, they don't have enough evidence on Tamara and Hayden. But Fatima decides that she got something in store for Tamara and Hayden. Like I think she's, well, in this part, she's trying to figure, she has something in mind that I guess she could check on to see, or some kind of evidence she's trying to get to see if they were involved in Gary's stabbing. So before she leaves, Zach tells her that he is going to call Karen to check on the twins. Now, I hate when they keep saying check on the twins. The twins is not even here yet. They need to give these guys a new line to say, I'm calling to see if she's okay after the situation. Not you calling to check on the twins. I mean, well, I guess people, maybe I'm wrong. But the twins are not here yet. But I get, she's pregnant and the twins are in her stomach. But can we get them to say, like, I'm calling to check on her and make sure her and the babies are good? Like, he almost say it as if the baby's already here, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So he gives Karen a call. Karen, all of a sudden, when Zach calls, she's giving off this, oh boy, like almost like she don't really want to talk, but she does. We all know she does. So when he calls Karen, he said he's just calling to check on her, to see how she doing. And we back to the old Karen. She got her eyes up in her head. She's like, oh, you apologize. Da, 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 da. So we already know her attitude and her energy. Zach, in that side of that conversation, he does apologize to Karen. And then towards the end of the conversation, Cameron tells him, the whole situation about Danny. So we leave from there and we go, am I missing something with that conversation? No, actually, I'm not. He just kind of, apologizes and say that it wouldn't happen. It won't happen again to get her stressed out over the, over the situation with, the situation with him and Aaron won't happen again. I guess he'll try to communicate a little bit better without upsetting her. So then they go over to Sabrina and Danny, and I feel like people that I like that. It seems like they're trying to give Danny a new, like a little new vibe to her. Like she's more aware of her situation. She's more aware of herself and how she reacts to things. And I think that maybe the therapy could be working for her. And like I said, I love Sabrina's support for Danny. I absolutely love it. She's been there for her from season 1. We all know that they have been the closest, actually. We've seen more scenes with, if I'm not mistaken, with Sabrina and Danny more than all of them together and more than Karen and Andy. So I love their relationship. It's so good. I do enjoy their scenes, right? More than I enjoy their scenes with their men. So, but it seems like they're trying to put Danny in a different light, and I like that for her on the show. So we leave from there, and we're back at the precinct. So now Robin finally gets in the back to talk to Penelope, right? So as he's in the back talking to Penelope decides to tell Robin. First, she's rejecting Robin, like, oh no, if you know Andy, no, no, no. I'm like, girl, do you want to get out of jail or not? Because this is exhausting with Penelope and Jordan. Like, what are they so mad about? What are they so angry about? It's for me, I'm like, you could throw the whole brother and sister away at this point because I'm like, wait, what are they so angry for? Now, I know Penelope lost her baby, don't get me wrong, so I can see her energy on why she's mad, but why are you mad at everybody? You should be taking that energy out on Gary. I mean, which she kind of did, but all of her energy should go in that direction, not to somebody or people that's trying to help you. Now, she starts off a little, defensive, and then I guess, she kind of, I guess she thinks about it, and then she starts to tell Robin about that night and about the situation with her and Agent Watt. Now, Robin is questioning her and asking her, what type of relationship did you have with Agent Watt? Like, was it, she's like, oh no, nothing. We were just friends or whatever. He felt bad for me and, whatever. Now, Robin's like, okay, so basically at this point, there's really no real evidence that Penelope stabbed Gary at this point. So um Robin is basically like, okay, now why he made this woman say something that she didn't do, try to, make her confess to something that she didn't actually do. So Robin decides that he got enough, of what he needed when he questioned Penelope. So Penelope basically is saying the same thing. She doesn't really remember. And the crazy part is, people, I'm noticing she was like, oh, when I got up, when I came to, my brother was there and I had blood all over my hands. Now, people, I'm starting to think, did Jordan stab Gary? But Gary, we already know Gary is lying about saying it's Fatima and Zach because we know it was not them. So, but the thing is, what could it have been Robin? Sorry, not Robin. Could it have been Jordan? Could he be setting his own sister up? I don't know, guys. I want y'all to think about that and tell me, reply in the comments and let me know what you think about that. That would be a plot twist, if he trying to set up his own sister. I mean, well, people would say, well, why would he be setting up his own sister and be at the jail trying to find a way to get her out? But is he really? Like, I know he's there, but something is seeming a little off with that. But I'll revisit that another time. Now, after Robin leaves, we get back to Karen. Karen is in the house and she calls Pam, and Pam's getting her freak on in the shop. So we gonna pass by that. Then we hop over to Danny. Tony comes in and he with a peace offering, like a big beer, and they had like a little cute moment. They have a discussion and Danny's being very open with him, and I enjoyed that part. And basically it wasn't really much to it. Tony came in, she explained to him, why she kind of felt the way she felt, and I love her vulnerability right now because she's being very vulnerable. So I enjoyed her scene with Tony this episode. So we move from there, we go back to Robin. Robin now confronts Agent Watt. Now, Robin comes with all the smoke, people. Robin don't be playing. You hear me? Robin is like, don't play with me. Play with your mother. Don't, He's like, don't play with me. So Robin, they go backwards and forwards. Robin, like, why do you have this woman in here distraught? She didn't really give a real confession. I'll give you 1 hour to let her go. I love Robin. Robin brings a new perspective to the show. I ain't lying, people. I'm so glad he's there. So Agent Watt don't want to play with him. So we already know Penelope getting out. So after that, we hop over to Sabrina and Rich. And Sabrina and Rich are back at the hospital to find out what Rich results was, because they're very nervous about, the situation with being there. He's nervous about the doctor calling him in because of his sperm that he donated. Now, as they're there, he's just sitting talking to Sabrina in this part, and she's trying to calm him down, like, don't worry, it's probably nothing, whatever. So, excuse me. So, we passed that part, and we'll get back to that. We passed that part, and so we go back to Danny. So, see, people, it was jumping in between Danny, Danny and Penelope being in the precinct, like Penelope, Robin, Danny, so we get this part where Zach comes over. Zach comes over because Karen actually told him what happened with Danny. So he comes over to check on her, and they had a friendship moment, like a brother and sister moment. Now, in this part right here, right? Okay, people, let me know, what am I getting this right? In this part, he says he wants her to be his child's godmother. And I'm saying to myself, okay, wait, did he say, does she know Fatima is pregnant, or is he talking about Karen's twins? But I have to rewatch that, so I have to rewatch that part. So did he say, people, I wouldn't choose anybody else to be my child's godmother? Was he asking her, or was he telling her? I'm not sure on that part, because I'm like, wait, does she know that Fatima is pregnant? Because I remember Karen asking um Danny to be the godmother, but I gotta watch that again. So I wasn't sure if it was something that he was asking her, or if he was saying he appreciate, oh, but he wants her, he's glad she's the kid's godmother. I thought he asked her though. But I have to watch that part again. If anybody's seen that part, can you please correct me in the comments? So next up, we go to Fatima and Hayden. So when we get to this part, basically Fatima is trying to see Fatima is trying to play it off like she's in a good mood, like she doesn't have anything against Hayden, playing a little game with him because she want to get deep down in his business to get to get some information on him and Tamara, so that they could get the sweat off of their back, right? So Hayden dumb behind falls for it, but we move on from there. And it basically go back to Danny and Zach, and they still having their heart-to-heart conversation, which I absolutely love. I love these two together. I feel like they need to have more scenes with Zach and Danny, because at the beginning, people don't, y'all can't front. They used to have me cracking up. They were hilarious together. So then we leave from there, and then we have Jordan and Andy are still at the precinct. Finally, Penelope was out the door with Robin, and they have this awkward moment where Penelope is thinking Robin, and Andy kind of looks like a little, I don't know if she was a little jealous, or she was a little bit confused on why Penelope was being so sweet, or acting like she wasn't standing there, because Andy is actually the one that called Robin to help us. So I don't know if the look was like, wait a minute, but you thinking him, you should be thinking me. And Andy gets mad and she walks out, and Jordan just stands there, and Robin goes after her, and Jordan is just standing there like, okay, go get her. He didn't even care. So we moved on from there, and we're back at the clinic at the hospital with Sabrina and Rich. Now, Sabrina and Rich get the news that Rich has the sickle cell anemia trait. Now, at that point, Sabrina looks, she looks scared, nervous. She looks hurt. So I don't know what she's gonna do when it comes to this situation with Rich. Is she gonna stay with Rich? Is she still gonna take a chance and have a child with him? I don't know what's gonna happen with their situation, but I guess we'll find out later on down the line. Then we go back to Andy, and Andy is back in the house, and these two, if she don't stop fighting Robin, I can't. She's back in the house. She's back at her penthouse, and Robin done follows her all the way home. And she's now still thinking that Robin stabbed Gary. Like, Andy, stop at this point. He didn't do it. I'm convinced people right now that he didn't do this. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think Robin stabbed Gary. I don't. I think he has a plan to get back at Gary and Hayden, though. I do believe he does. And this is a part of it. So why Robin is like, do you really think I could stab somebody? Like, come on now. So we move from that part and we going towards the this is going towards the end of the episode. We got Cameron who hears somebody knocking on the door and bam, when she opens it, it is Fatima. And Fatima says, Cameron, we gotta have a talk. First off, Cameron gave Wolf the energy, like, what the hell you doing here? I'm like, she got some nerve the way she pop up at their house. And when she just popped up at their house last episode, Fatima, yes, Fatima did say you can't just be popping up like that, but her attitude was more respectful. Karen is so disrespectful. Like her energy is so different. I'm like, first she was acting like they was cool, and then she comes to the house and she's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And I didn't hear Fatima say any kind of "hell are you doing here." She just said, "What you doing here?" And she let her come inside to talk to Zach, and she didn't have to. She could have said, "All right, call him," because you doing too much popping up. But we'll see what happened next episode with these two, because they look like they're gonna go back into where they used to be, and I'm hoping not, but it looks like they will. So we get to the last part, and we come back to Scary Lion Gary. Right, so Agent Watt comes in and he want to show him a few photos. He go through all the girls, all the sisters, and then he gets down to Fatima, and he goes, "Here's faking Gary. Oh my God, that's the one that stabbed me." He pulls out a picture of Zach and he says, "Oh, that's the one that punched me. He punched me in my face and she stabbed me." So, wait, did he punch you in your face first and then she stabbed you? Or did she stab you and he punched you in your face after? Like, come on now. Let's just be for real. We all know he lying and it wasn't Zach and Fatima. Come on. No, it wasn't. He's lying. So, my whole thing is, people, let me just say something about this whole thing. If Agent Watt put Penelope in protective custody to get evidence on Gary, she told Agent Watt Gary made her lose her child. Why is Gary not in handcuffs in that hospital? Why? I know they're trying to investigate his case because he was stabbed. Now, was that for him to get out of the situation with Penelope? Because Gary should be locked up. That lady lost her baby. She told the cops, right? So I'm thinking, did Gary set this whole thing up? But the thing is, from what it looks like, he really was stabbed. So would he have done that? Has somebody do that like that? I don't put anything past Gary, but we all know that that's weird. Like, I'm like, so what happened with the part where he get in trouble from making Penelope lose her baby, and or in the company going downhill and stealing people money? Why is the FBI not still investigating him? Now we're investigating somebody that stabbed him. Like, coincidence. That's crazy. I don't know if you guys thought about that. But he faked getting his memory back because his memory never left. But all right, so that's the end of that review, people. My next review will be on Fatima episode 16 and 17. And then also I will do like a quick a quick trailer review for the next episode of Sistas. So stay tuned, share, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this episode, people.